So strangely, there were these insane rumors just coming out of nowhere on Twitter that exploded. People saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna break the rumor, they're bringing back the hidden treasures. And if you don't know what the hidden treasures were, Wizards of the Coast, I think around the Zendikar era, started putting reserveless cards into their product. They bought cards on the secondary market and then inserted it into, I think, was it the fat packs or something? I don't remember exactly, but it was part of the product, and you had a chance of opening something with like some really old card in it, with like an Underground Sea, a Mox or something. So the deal is, so are they bringing the hidden treasures back? Well, sort of. Basically, in some capacity, as Dominaria United is going to have really, really old cards, and it looks like Wizards of the Coast made a video on it. So let's go take a look on with the story about how this happened. Uncovering Lost Legends, Dominaria United.
Hello everyone and welcome to Magic's headquarters. We're excited to bring you the story of Magic's Lost Legends. At a warehouse deep in the middle of nowhere in Washington State, some long-forgotten cases of Legends booster packs printed in 1994 were found.
How do you just forget a bunch of booster packs or boxes?
We've opened these Legends cards, and we're going to put them inside of brand new collector booster packs of Dominaria United. Legends was a big deal. It was the first series to use multicolored cards and was released in 15-card packs.
That must have been weird, actually. The whole gold border thing, that must have been incredibly alien at the time. Just like, you know, how at some point they came out with Planeswalkers. Yeah, I know, long forgotten, huh? Maybe that's the way around the reserve list. We just long forgot a bunch of these boxes and cases in some warehouse that we forgot about.
How long ago was 1994? Yeah, 28 years ago.
Yeah,
but for context, let's see how Magic has grown in the last 3 decades. The Legends expansion came out in 1994, which makes it older than Planeswalkers, Equipment, the Stack.
What? It's older than the stack itself?
Chandelar, Vintage. It's even older than the first ever Magic tournament.
There's such an awesome connection with Dominaria and sort of like the history of Magic, so it just feels like the perfect place for us to kick off the 30th anniversary, because there's just so much like history and lore and like so much nostalgia that's wrapped up in that plane.
And so we thought, like, hey, we found these boxes of the original Legends in a warehouse, and we wanted to get them out into the world for our players to enjoy, and it really just ties right into that theme.
I started playing around the time that Revised was out, and packs of Legends were already legendary. They were scarce, they were hard to come by.
You would hear whispers of cards, like, oh, now there's gold cards in Magic, and you're like, what does that even mean?
This will only be the second Legends booster I have ever opened.
Joining me now is Matt Danner. And Matt, you were actually on the team that found these Legends cards in a warehouse, which is like so many questions. So you knew a warehouse was shutting down.
Correct, it is so many questions. How did they forget about all these Legends booster boxes? I mean, especially... It had to have been something where, like, it was on, like, there was a bunch of fallen empires or something on top of all the Legends boxes in a corner of some warehouse, and they didn't even want to clear out the fallen empires boxes because, it's all fallen empires, who cares?
And there was some product in it that you had to go get. Is that right?
Yeah, so maybe not that exciting to a non-Magic player to be like, hey, get in the car with your boss and drive 3 hours out into the middle of the desert. But when you know that the place is potentially full of Magic product from the early days of Magic, you're like, yeah, okay, I'm in.
So what did you do when you realized that you had found cases of Legends boosters?
Oh God, it's cases! Cases of this stuff. It's not like a few boxes. Good God.
Seeing a single booster pack of a product that's 30 years old is like, that's exciting. You'll see it if you go out to shows. Seeing a sealed box is even more unreal.
What's going on?
But seeing cases worth of Magic product from throughout the...
How much money is on the table? How much money is on the table right now? What is a Legends booster box? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 18, 22, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 30. There's like 50. I see 52. I don't know how many are in a case, but there's like 52 boxes right now. 10K. It's got to be more than 10. Oh, you mean 10K per box? 52 times 10. Oh God. 520,000. This is insane. This, I mean, they're claiming this is real. They're claiming this is real. I'm assuming it's real, but you know, it just opens the door. You know, we forgot some beta boxes in some random warehouse we don't use anymore. Wizards of the Coast used their secret lair money to buy Rudy out. Confirmed.
The Ages is unreal. It's an experience unlike any other.
I'm nervous. I don't want to handle the cards too hard.
Nice, easy open.
It's a sensory experience opening a pack of Magic cards, and there's this like a.
It's a sense. Yes, it is a sensory experience, mostly in the smell. I love the smell of old Magic cards. You open that thing, the whiff of the glue and the ink. It's amazing. They don't do that anymore.
Very distinct, like almost chocolatey smell.
They definitely smell different than new packs.
Well, you start things off by finally learning how banding works on this rule card, which is very exciting.
I have something to say because I love kobolds. I mean, who doesn't? I think any 0 mana spells are just inherently super exciting.
Kobolds are pretty cool.
Yep, that's a 0 mana creature. Doesn't do a whole lot, but it's a kobold. It's trying its best.
Kobolds of Kirkeep, the cutest, one of the cutest cards
Was it like a
in all of
kobold in
Magic,
every
like
pack?
completely undeniable. No Tabernacle though.
Joining me now are Natalie Kreider and Harley Snyder, who work here at Wizards of the Coast. I want you to take us, Natalie, inside the room where the cards were actually opened, just for the kind of nerdy people like me who want to know what the process was actually like to do so.
It was a assembly row of these very passionate wizards who are opening these packs and sifting through these cards. And we are all masked up. We are all wearing gloves to preserve these cards. And it would be a matter of opening.
Laura says, are they allowed to give us reserve list cards this way? Yes, they've done it before. They've bought them on the secondary market in order to put into what I guess the first edition of Zendikar booster boxes, as was mentioned earlier. I can't confirm what product it was put in, but it was in the Zendikar era. And yeah, so they're just opening all this stuff up, masks on. You gotta be super ultra careful. I can't tell when they filmed this. Maybe they filmed this like a year ago. I don't know when they started printing the product that they were inserting this into, but yeah, this is super legal.
Opening these packs, going through these cards, and then handing them to the next person. Everyone just worked so hard to make sure that everything was correct.
Yeah, incredible. Harless, can you take us through from your perspective how this whole process went?
Yeah, for me it was, hey, this is never going to happen again. Can we make sure that we actually film this incredible experience?
Yeah.
And so I really got to experience it from the perspective of watching everyone as a group open these.
You know, they wasted 1 million unboxing videos. They could have made millions of, like, Legends unboxing videos. This is Legends Unboxing 1. This is Legends Unboxing 2. And they just made a gigantic unboxing orgy all at once. You can't exactly tell what's going on. Oh! We got a tabernacle here! Someone opened themselves a tabernacle, so you can expect in those collector the collector boosters they're putting them in? There's at least one tabernacle in them.
Packs. I don't think people really understood until there was that moment where you're in the room and you see these packs and it just goes quiet.
What was the impetus for this project?
We knew that this was going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and we thought, what better place to do this than to kick off Magic's 30th anniversary with Dominaria United?
Yeah, such a cool connection there to go really old with the brand new.
There's still some artists who do kind of art like this, but we don't see as much of the, say, like the watercolor-esque style, and it's always some of my favorites.
I love a lot of the old, the weird art where it's not even necessarily in a real setting, it's just so abstract.
I do love like the old white mana symbols look a lot like eyeballs, and so I feel like whenever it's like double white, it's just a very intense like I will cast this spell.
It's a frickin' tabernacle. That's pretty freaking cool. So someone here is gonna be real happy with one of these DMU collector boosters.
Holding the original is really cool, and it makes me feel like I'm 13 again.
It's crazy to see it actually come pack fresh and to hold it in my hand and be like, this is one of the cards that maybe somebody was opening it and it was just a card, but now, how long has it been? Like over 20 years later, that you know that this has stood the test of time and is still played today and is still something that people cherish. Like, that's incredible.
It is the perfect set to take cards from 1994 and actually put them into packs.
And now we get to share them with you.
Happy 30th
Right.
anniversary, and I can't wait to crack some packs.
They keep saying it's like the 30th anniversary, but like the game came out in 1993 and it's only 2022, so like is it like the 30th anniversary per like core set rules? What's going on here? It is old as me. I'm older than this set. That's for sure. Okay. That is exciting. That is very, very, very exciting. Where are we here? Sucks they won't let any card from this set done by Harold McNeil into the set. You can't get Nether Void. Oh, well, you know, that's just how it's gonna be. That's how it is. Millmaster! Thanks so much. Let's kick off the new price hike with a new lottery. Would there be a price hike? Oh, you mean like the or you're talking about the booster? I can't tell if you're talking about the singles or you're talking about like the current sealed product going up. It's gonna be interesting. Like, what's gonna happen to all the Legends? I don't think it's gonna move the market that much. Like, it is quite a few cases, but it's not like hundreds of cases are being emptied into the market. It's just a few cases being inserted, just a little bit. And we had another super chat. Thank you so much, Kyle Driver. I started building an elf Voltron. Is Merfolk Voltron a thing? Elf Voltron. You know what? I never tried to make Merfolktron a thing. I had it in my mind with like Karn the Great Crater and Master of Waves and Mare Regery, but never actually did it. Yeah, there's some band artists, super band artists. So they're gonzo. They basically went through all the cards and legends. This guy's no good, and they burned them all. I'm certain. Sig Voltron is interesting. So what else is there? Okay, I haven't talked about the news in quite a while. What else is open? There's something else that happened recently, but I don't remember. That's okay. But okay, hold on. Let's look up MTG Goldfish. How much? Legends booster box. Sealed. All right, we got a sealed booster box here of Legends. This is what they had in their possession. $50,000. A lot of people were asking, you know, is Rudy safe? Is Rudy okay? Did Wizards of the Coast rob Rudy? Or maybe this is a time that people like. I mean, it is such a weird. What a weird story. We found these in some abandoned warehouse a long time ago. I guess it was long enough that this was before they sold Wizards of the Coast. So this was under the era of what is that CEO's name? You know, well, we're trying to figure out thoughts on if the found in warehouse story is true, or as if there's a clever way to try to undermine the reserve list. Truth be told, it's so hard to get away with a conspiracy like this. There'll be so many people involved that, you know, if they were breaking the reserve list, probably the information will leak easily. But okay, so here's a possibility. Here's a very good possibility. The original CEO of Wizards of the Coast might have had warehouses that were under contract by Wizard, like they were paying rent by Wizards of the Coast, but no one was paying attention to it after Wizards of the Coast was sold to Hasbro. And then since then, Hasbro never investigated these storage units, because they're saying it was like in the middle of a desert, you know. Millmaster, thanks very much for the super chat. So I can't open Invoke Prejudice Hidden Treasure. Nope. Don't think you can open that one up. They're not gonna let you open that one up. They're banned anyway. They're banned. Those cards are banned. If you didn't know. Who's hyped about paying 3 collector box at $300, $400 each to possibly get a $1 legend card? So Juan, what is the price of all this stuff? Do you know what the price of the Dominaria United booster boxes are going to be? Are they really upping the thing? So how many cases did they have? Oh, they had so many booster boxes at 50,000. They could just pocketed the money. What is that, like what? Okay, so hold on. We got to calculate this. How many? I counted. I don't know the full number of boxes. But, let's pull out our trusty calculator here. Okay, so I saw at least 55 boxes on at least. There's more than that. Times $50,000. Woo! That could have been some easy pocket change. Instead, they're dumping it into the booster boxes. That's crazy. Truth be told, I don't know what they're gonna do with the art for these cards. But they don't care about the secondary market. Well, they're not supposed to. But if they happen to have, I guess, you know, that is a really good point. Wow, that is a really good point, Kebby. Imagine this. Okay, so they have all these booster boxes, but can they even sell them on the secondary market is a problem for them. Because they cannot like they have to, I guess, like I don't know what they're obligated to do. Are they obligated to sell the booster boxes at like MSRP? What was MSRP back then? Do they have any room to like sell it for what it's worth today based on the cards inside? Maybe that's why they're giving them away as hidden treasures. It's only the collector, but yeah, it's only the collector booster boxes. The collector booster boxes will have the hidden treasures in them. I very much doubt the newfound legends will have any major financial impact on the existing secondary market. I completely agree. I completely agree. Good morning, Mermaid Pimp. Good morning, Jason. Okay, so Dominaria United draft box will be 91 bucks. $27.65 for a commander deck display. Oh, commander deck display $113. Jumpstart box $64, and the collector display $196. So the collector booster box is going to be 200 bucks. That's crazy. Why didn't these? Well, I don't know. They might have put in a storage unit far away and then just completely forgot about them. And I imagine it was from the original Wizards of the Coast management. The OG Zendikar sell hard too, and this will sell. Oh yeah, like if you know there's a chance of you opening like a Black Lotus, that's big game right there. I would buy Zendikar booster packs just at a chance to open a damn Black Lotus. Collector booster box. Oh god. Okay, hold on. So we're gonna go to Amazon. Okay, I'll go to Amazon.com. It's already available. Collector booster box Dominaria United. Oh, it's already up there. But you know what? It's on sale, people. Look. It's on sale. $311. 6% slashed off. $292. Get them while they're hot. So they're gonna have one insert, like one card inserted into every single one of these things. Yeah, you could end up getting a common. You'd end up getting a lot of garbage. This is 100% getting snapped up by MTG Finance people, and the price is going to be 400 burger tokens. What about taco tokens? Yeah, you could pull a Black Lotus in the original. So now the best thing that you could hopefully get in this one. Let's talk about the big, what can you open in? Okay, so let's talk about what we can open in here. I know you can get a Tabernacle of Pendrell Vale. This is the big daddy of all the cards in the set. This is $4,400 on the market right now. Average. If you get a near mint one, it's gonna be way more than that. Near mint goes for, I don't know what it goes for, but it's gonna be insane. Absolutely gonna be insane. You can get Moat. Oh yeah, Moat is a big one. Oh, it's over 1,000 now. Last time I remember it was like 500. I remember it back, I guess here, Yeah, I remember after the first spike. Oh, the site is working janky. Come on. Yeah, it was around 500-ish. Chains of Mephistopheles. This is a weird card. This is a really weird card. Is this any good for $1,500, or does it just have an epic picture? I can't even remember what it does. You can get, okay, we can get a drop of honey. Chain is insane, dude. Okay, hold on. Maybe before I go any further, I gotta learn what Chain of Mephistopheles does. Chain of Meph. Alright, let's read this bad boy. But I'm not going to read the card on the left. Hold on, let's get the Legends card. I'm going to read the card on the right. So it's an enchantment. If a player would draw a card except the first one they draw in each of their draw steps, that player discards a card instead. If the player discards a card this way, they draw a card. If the player doesn't discard a card this way, they mill a card. If a player would draw a card except for the... So if they draw a card, they discard a card. If they discard, they draw a card. What the hell is this? Player would draw a card except the first, so you just... Does it like... If the player doesn't discard a card this way, they mill a card. If the player would, does this go perpetually for some reason? If a player would draw a card except the first thing one they would draw in each of their draw steps, that player discards a card instead. If the player discards a card this way, they still draw a card, but then you draw a card anyway, which means you have to discard a card. I don't really understand this card very well. Just gonna have to trust that it's a good card. I have to see it in action. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so next is Drop of Honey. Are we moving? Drop of Honey. You can't draw a card other than the draw step one without discarding a card. If you have no cards in hand, you mill and don't draw. Oh, you can get Acid Rain in this set. Okay, so we can get Drop of Honey for 914 bucks. During your upkeep, the creature in play with the lowest power is destroyed and cannot be regenerated. If there is a tie, you choose which to destroy. Drop of Honey must be discarded if there are no creatures in play. Oh, that's crazy. It's like Periphery Nodes, except for the crappier creatures. Oh, they draw two and lose the first card, so it's like you extra rummaging. Acid Rain. Acid Rain is a good card, especially if you're a blue player. If you're blue, you love cards like this. Destroy all the forests in play, all of them. They're all dead. Is All Hallows Eve from this set? All Hallows Eve. Big money cards. Oh, it is. It's Legends. What the hell does this card do? Exile All Hallows Eve with 2 Scream counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, if All Hallows Eve is exiled with a Scream counter on it, remove a Scream counter from it. If there are no more Scream counters on it, put into your graveyard, and each player... Put it into your graveyard, and each player returns all creature cards from their graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, it's like a really janky reanimation spell. Really janky. Super ultra jank. Now one I like is Mana Drain. I totally forgot about that. Mana Drain was this type of card I had always knew existed, even when I first got into Magic around the year 2000, but it was always expensive. Like, it was this insanely expensive counterspell. I'm like, you know, I own my Thwarts, Dazes, Force Will back then was $2. And I was like, I don't need this Mana Drain so much for my counter control deck. So I never bought it, but the price just slowly crept up and got more and more expensive over time. So, TCG Player, thanks so much for the super chat, Chris Ross. TCG Players buys Channel Fireball and Binder POS. Then Wizards of the Coast finds more product. Is there a possible connection here? Feels sus, I don't know. I'll let the rest of you in the comments section determine if that's sus. Can't open Mana Drain. Of course you can open a Mana Drain. It's a oh, yeah, this is Legends. Mana Drain is cheap now. It is. Yeah, you can get a regular Mana Drain now. Just get the OG ones. Or not the OG ones. Here, look, you can get a Commander Legends, 45 bucks. No problem here. You can't open Mana Drain in Dominaria United. Wizards of the Coast didn't open one. What? Due to the split uncommon print sheets. What does that mean? That means there's a better chance of getting I don't know, other cards? Oh, that sucks. That was an what's it called? That was an uncommon. Like, that's an uncommon, for crying out loud. It's not even rare. I think it's uncommon. What is Mana Drain? Pretty sure it's uncommon. I could be wrong. What say you? Okay, hold on. Where does it say here? It does not say here. Oh. They didn't open all the Legends cards. They listed in an article. Oh, so they listed everything that was that you could open? Wizards of the Coast put out an article listing all of the Legends cards that are not included. Mana Drain. Damn. We're not gonna get a Mana Drain, people. Apparently there was A and B printing. People would swap sets to complete. Ah, that is smart. Back then, yeah, like if one local game store would get all sorts of cards and another local game store would get other cards, it'd make the trading thing happen. Interesting. They don't do that anymore. Are there any other big money value cards in the set? Just checked. It was first print as uncommon. Thank you so much, Dan. I really appreciate it. Mana Drain is power 10. I don't know. Like, Mana Drain is a good card, but it's not that good. You have to make use of the mana. And back then, they had mana burn, so actually it could have been a disadvantage, especially if you were a control deck. You may not have used that, may not have any way of using that mana. Do you accept yen for Super Chat? Absolutely. YouTube just converts everything. People send me all sorts of weird currencies. Yeah, Mana Drain isn't even... Is it not? It's not? I guess not. There's a lot of better counters than Mana Drain. Oh, Eureka's in the set. Oh, did we sleep on Eureka? Eureka! I thought this was one of the weirder arts because of this E equals MC squared thing. I thought it was very, very strange. Like, it's breaking out of... It's... How do I put it? It's like breaking... It's like the canon is breaking character. And acknowledging, you know, the real world. What a stupid spike this is. So it's 751 bucks. You can go get yourself a Eureka. Oh, is Gwendolyn not in this thing? Oh yeah, that card. A little too spicy for these days. Yeah, breaks the fourth wall. For Eureka. Where'd that E equals MC squared come from? Oh, OG Caracas. Who wants an OG Caracas, people? Wow, it is worth so much less than I thought it would be. What a absolute shame to this card. $94. Used to be over 100. I feel like this is undervalued. It's grossly undervalued. This is like the OG Caracas. A lot of people like the OG cards. This is, oh, it's banned in Commander. I forgot. It's completely banned in Commander. That's why. If it was legal in Commander, it'd be like $1,000. I guarantee you. Uro plus Caracas equals love. Oh God. Yeah, physics itself is the fourth wall. This is a world of magic where physics like doesn't really even matter. Presence of the Master, is that a card? Whenever a player plays an enchantment spell, counter it. Woo! No, hold on, what is this? This isn't even, hold on. Was it a Legends card? It was. $24. Oh God, they broke character again. What the hell is going on here? They put Einstein in the picture. While Presence of Master is in play, any new enchantments are cast or countered. Does that even have anything to do with Einstein? Does this have anything to do with Einstein? Like, in science, you know, it's okay for new theory to come into play. We can have new theory. We can have new enchantments. Or is it implying, like, there cannot be any magic, only the current physics rules are allowed? Has Zazon Tamara's big money now? There must be some great, there must be some great Legends, yeah, like Commander Legends, or something, not Commander, you know what I mean, Legends for Commander that are big money in this set. What does this even do? On your next upkeep, after a Hazazun is put into play, put something, put like, I guess, X tokens, Sand Warriors into play, where X is the number of lands under your control. Treat the warriors as 1/1 white, green, and red creatures. If Hazazun leaves play, all Sand Warriors are also removed from the game. Aha, beat the boss and you get rid of all the minions. This is when they commissioned artists that didn't know the game. Birds of Paradise was originally Tropical Island. Oh yeah, I know. Is Agnes Mackenzie a Legends card? That's a big money commander for Commander Agnes. Anugs. Is it Anugs? Anugs. Or is it Angus? Yeah, Angus Mackenzie. Yeah, that's a Legends card. That's a Legends card. Oh yeah, there's an OG Bolus too. Angus Mackenzie. I can't read that. 3 mana, creatures attack and block as normal, but none deal any damage during combat. All attacking creatures are still tapped. Use this ability anytime before attack damage is dealt. Okay, whatever. What a weird card. But pretty... Oh, but you have to tap them. Okay, so there's also the Nicol Bolus. What is the original Nicol Bolus? Is it just called Nicol Bolus? Yeah, just called Nicol Bolus. That's honestly, this is like the best picture of Nicol Bolus. Him just humbly reading a book. Flying. An opponent damaged by Nicol Bolus must discard entire hand. Oh, good God. Ignore this effect if opponent has no cards left in hand. Pay 3 mana during your upkeep or Nicol Bolus is buried. Okay, that sucks. That's absolutely sucks. If you need Oracle text on MTG stocks, click the card tab next to Finance tab it's always next to. Oh yes. Sweet. Okay, so what the hell did this last card do so well? Just pay 3 mana. Prevent all combat damage that be dealt this turn. Activate this ability only before the combat damage step. Oh, and it also shows legality. Well, this is great. Why am I even on Scryfall anymore when we have this? Tetsuo Umezawa, who killed Nicol Bolas with his Jite in this set. Does Nicol Bolas die in this set? I thought Nicol Bolas is long gone on a... Where did... He got, like, banished to the Shadow Realm or something. Well, let's get Umezawa. Tetsuo Umezawa. Not even gonna read that. Okay, Tetsuo's it's a 3/3 creature for 3 mana, which is not bad. And it's $234. But and it can't be the target of aura spells. Okay. And destroy target tapped or blocking creature. That's pretty strong. That is not bad. Not bad at all. I would think that this should be higher up. I think on the finance chain. The artist for the OG Nicol Bolas lived in Middle Tennessee and would be at the Renaissance Fair every year selling prints and playmats of that art. Does this mean we can play with Falling Star now? No, I don't think we can play with Falling Star. But you might get a Falling Star. Was Falling Star on the list? Can we still get a Falling Star? Falling Star. It is a Legends cards. It is a Legends card. Alright, a lot of new stuff you can get. Sweet. Okay, you heard the music. We're doing deck list review, and it's a little bit early because, well, we didn't do it for a few days. So we gotta make up. We're gonna make up for some time here. So if you want to know what deck list review is, you have to go in the description. You join my Discord, and then you find the channel deck list review. Enter the command !review deck space. Give the URL to your deck list, and you'll be eligible at random for deck list review. Oh, by the way, we have sponsors. FusionGamingOnline.com. It's not too late actually, because it's still sort of early in the stream. You can get your Dominaria United from FusionGamingOnline.com. Also, their deal of the week, save 15% off all Ikoria singles and sealed product. So if you need singles or sealed product, 15% off right now. But don't worry, you can get an additional 5% off. You use coupon code Nikachu at checkout, and also supports the channel. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online, and your route to playing any deck, any format, anytime. You want to play Modern or the best deck in Pauper? You can do that with Mana Traders. Support the channel by renting using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_WBN. Let's get deck list review back. Let's get me back. Sponsors mean time to hit the like button, yeah. And they need it badly. People leave during the sponsored moments. They do it. Okay, where's everyone's deck lists? Where's everyone's deck list? 47 in the queue. Crazy. It's been a while since it's been that high. Dana Hayes. Congratulations, you are the next contestant on deck list review. Orzhov Super Friends. Super Friends. Pioneer. Okay, cool. So we have Knight of Ebon Legion. We have the Luminarch Aspirant. We have Tenacious Underdog. What the hell is this? You may cast Tenacious Underdog from your graveyard using its Blitz ability. If you cast this for its Blitz cost, it gains haste, and when this creature dies, draw a card. That's not bad! That is not bad at all. So, it's a 2-mana 3/2 creature, and it's card advantage in the late game. Yeah, Super Friends with only 8 Planeswalkers. Hey, we're making do with what we can do. We have Elite Spellbinder, 3 Skyclave Apparition, Gideon of the Trials, 2 Kaya Orzhov Usurper, Gideon Alive Zendikar, 4 Fatal Push, 4 Thoughtseize, for 2 Vanishing Verse, 2 Heart of Kirin, and we have a bunch of lands. We've got the good lands. Actually, I think you've thought this deck out well. You got the Hive of the Eye Tyrant here. I think you have a good balance of fetch lands. You've got Duress, March of Otherworldly Light, Cathar, Commando, Sacrifice it, destroy target artifact or enchantment, Damping Sphere, Rest in Peace, Go Blank, Oath of Kaya, and the 2. You know what? Okay, I don't know for sure, but I would think that you'd want to have the Wandering Emperor in the main deck. Maybe even replacing... Maybe replacing, like, some Skyclave Apparition. I have a feeling Skyclave is like, it's good. I don't know if it'll be great, though. You exile it, then it dies, and you have to deal with the token later. Or you trim on some Gideon of the Trials and Gideon Ally of Zendikar and fit some Wandering Emperor. I think this is main deck worthy, but you know what? I really don't have anything to say about this deck. I think actually it's pretty well built. You have 24 lands. Heart of Kirin might be sus. Maybe Heart of Kirin is the only sus card in here. Is Heart of Kirin necessary? Like, yeah, that's the thing. It's this may or may not. Well, this would be good versus Control, I guess, to some degree. Well, maybe not. They can still kill the damn thing. Cut 3 Skyclave, add an Elite Spellbinder and 2 Emperors. That's a possibility. I would say playtest your Skyclave Apparition to see if it's really the card that's right for you in this deck. Like, it's not a hardcore control deck. It's a little bit of like, what does it remind me of? Not Death and Taxes. I like that. This Thoughtseize with the money sign. Not sure about Spellbinder. It is just okay. I'll tell you what Spellbinder has going for it. It's got Disruption for combo decks, but it also is just a flying creature. So you just fly over your opponent's stuff. This is like a pseudo mid-range control deck, right? So I like the evasion, and like you can keep pumping it up with the Luminarch Aspirant. So I actually like Elite Spybinder. I think it's okay. I think this is a good card. I really don't have much to say about this deck though. Except that I think the Wandering Emperor is a really, really strong card, and it's worthy of being in the main deck. But outside that, that's a great list. That's a great list. Nice list. Thanks for submitting it. Next. All right, next. Who do we have? Magic Jammin'. We have some sort of white prison deck. The hell is this then? It's more like Bant Prison. All right, so we have what's the format? Pioneer. Oh, a lot of people submitting stuff for Pioneer. So we have a Yorion deck here. Alseid of Life's Bounty, a Boreal Grazer, Gilded Goose. Let's see. Karn the Great Creator, Elspeth Resplendent. Now this is the Super Friends deck. 4 Supreme Verdict, 4 Portable Hole, 3 Book of Exalted Deeds. Oh, and I assume you have the Mutavault and the Faceless Haven to go with it. Omen of the Sea, 9 Lives, Solemnity. Oh, you got all the combos in here. Hollowed Haunting. Ah, I see. It's more like, it's like a Pillow Fort deck, really, more than anything. Solemnity, Hollowed Haunting, Sphere of Safety, 4 Shark Typhoon. That's a great card in this deck. 1 Overwhelming Splendor. Is this necessary? Enchant player controls all loses abilities, have base power toughness 1/1. Enchant player can't activate abilities that aren't mana or loyalty abilities. Is there a way to cheat this in play? As long as you control 7 or more enchantments, creatures you control have flying and vigilance. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, create a white spirit creature token. With this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of spirits you control. That might be okay. How do we win? Karn, perhaps? Or maybe these things come alive. Oh, Shark Typhoon. Yeah, that's true. Shark Typhoon wins games. It protect. It attack. It doesn't really come back, though. And what do we have for a... This is actually a neat deck. So, hold on. The one thing I was going to be concerned about is what you're doing on the earlier turns, but you got that nailed with Gilded Goose, a Boreal Grazer, and this Alseid of Life's Bounty. And you also have Portable Hole. What does Elspeth do? That's a good question. 5 mana, +1. Choose up to 1 target creature. Put a counter, and put a +1/+1 counter and a counter from among flying, first strike, lifelink, or vigilance on it. -3. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may put a permanent card with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield with a shield counter on it. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And then -7, create 5 3/3 white angel creature tokens with flying. Paladin classes, those classes are very mana intensive, so I'm not like, I know Paladin class is one of the better ones, but I'm still not in love with it. Is there any way to search these things out, or you just have to normally go find them? Hexproof. If a source would deal damage to you, prevent that damage and put an incarnation counter on 9 lives. When there are 9 or more incarnation counters on 9 lives, exile it. When it leaves the battlefield, you lose the game. That's a big gamble. Like, if they destroy this, you're screwed, right? So you need to give your stuff hexproof. Yeah, you can find a permanent card. So the point with Elspeth is that she digs for, like, all this other stuff. She's got Omen of the Sea, this Elcid thing. No, they're all permanents. Yeah, this is a permanent, this is a permanent, this is a permanent. Portable Hole's a permanent. Book of Exalted Deeds is a permanent. They're all permanents. I don't think Idyllic Tutor is legal in Pioneer. I don't even know if I'd want to play it, to be honest. Oh, it is legal in Pioneer. Oh, it came out in Theros Beyond Death. I don't think I would play it, though. Just because it's a little too clunky. What do you guys think? Well, is 30 lands enough? 30 lands, 80 card deck. They might be short on lands. Does anything find lands? Gilded Goose. Oh, Gilded Goose is ramp. Broiler Grazer is ramp, but it's not like actual mana. Mana base is really bad. We have Arctic Tree Line, Breeding Pool, 2 Faithless Haven, 1 Glacial Floodplain, 2 Hollowed Fountain, 4 Mutavault, 4 Nykthos. Get rid of it. Yeah, I would get rid of it. It's not... You actually... Oh, man. You depend so much on white mana in this deck. You need, like, to go heavier on white mana. 4 Nykthos, 4 Mutavault. You actually have to gut the Nykthos. I don't think it's worth it at all. Ottawa, the Soaring City, 1 Snow-Covered Forest, 3 Snow-Covered Island. Oh, this mana base is atrocious. So you need tons of maybe tri-lands. Like, definitely add 4 of these Sparta's headquarters. Get rid of the 4 Nykthos. Maybe even go down on Faceless Haven and have, like, 4 Mutavaults. Because you're not going to cast any of these cards. This is not that type of prison deck, though. Like, they play Supreme Verdict. They're going to blow up their own Mind Sensor. And even then, Mind Sensor doesn't do a whole lot in Pioneer. It's Pioneer. There's very few fetch lands. Yeah, Nykthos wouldn't even get you anywhere. Can't even cast the green on turn 1. So I would... I actually don't have a resource for... How many... I think you need like 18 green sources to reliably play these 1-drops in an 80 card deck. Ish? 18-ish? How many do we have? This comes into play tap, so it doesn't even count. 1, 2, 3. And on top of that, you need a lot of snow-covered lands, too. Do they have access to snow-covered dual lands? I don't think so. 1, 2... Okay, it's possible you have to dump this Book of Exalted Deeds strategy. I know you want to go, like, all in with this. I mean, otherwise, okay, you have 2 options. I'll give you 2 options. You dump the Book of Exalted Deeds combo so that you can remove Mutavault, remove Faithless Haven, and make your mana better. Or you're gonna have to remove one of, like, 4 copies of some other card in this deck, like maybe 4 Karn the Great Creator, 4 for Seed of Life's Bounty to squeeze in those Mutavaults, but you still have to gut the Faceless Haven, Mutavaults, and Nykthos here to make room for colored mana so the rest of your deck can even function in the first place. You know what, I'm not in love with Field of Ruin in here. I mean, maybe you need some Field of Ruins in here. Is Faceless Haven the only reason for the Snowlands? No, also the, Portable Hole. Oh, no, it's not Portable Hole. Oh, I was thinking of On Thin Ice. No, there is no On Thin Ice in this deck. Okay, so, yeah, it's not necessary except for Faceless Haven. So maybe gut the Faceless Haven, make your mana a lot better. Because at the moment, you'll just play with Mutavault, and I highly suggest you gut some 4 cards from the main deck for this, and then you'll have more lands in your deck, which I think is good. Your deck is a bit chunky anyway. And I think you'll be fine. That's how I would approach it. So add remove something from the main deck to move the Mutavault there, and then you treat Mutavault more as a card, a spell, than anything else. And then you fix your mana base, because you do not have a mana base for, I don't know, look at it like a normal general Yorion mana base. He has 30 lands as is. Yeah, 30 lands though in an 80 card deck. It's an 80 card deck. Anyway, thank you for submitting the deck list. The main deck looked okay. The mana base was just atrocious. But you know what? You need help where you need help. That's where you need help. That's what we're here for. Okay, another one. Banshee. What do we got, Banshee? Blue-White Death and Taxes, a modern list, updated about 4 days ago. So, Giver of Rune. Okay, so we have Modern Death and Taxes. Ooh. Must be a fan of Pleasant Kenobi, I see. We have a spicy Death and Taxes deck. 4 Giver of Runes, 1 Lion Sash, 3 Meddling Mage. Do you have the lead Spellbinder? 4 Stoneforge Mystic, 3 Thalia, 3 Extraction Specialist. What the hell is this? Lifelink enters the battlefield. Return target creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature can't attack or block for as long as you control Extraction Specialist. But you know what? If it's Meddling Mage, if it's Stoneforge Mystic, who cares? That's not bad. I don't think it's great, but it's not bad. Skyclave Apparition. Oh, that one is good, though. That is a good one to get with Extraction Specialist. And you have Solitude. Can you get Solitude? Mana value 2 or... Oh, no, you can't. Oh, it's mana value 2 or less. It's not power 2 or less. So we can only get Thalias, Stoneforges, Meddling Mages. I don't like it, then. I don't think there's enough targets. And I think hitting Meddling Mage after the fact is not good, so... Yeah, I actually don't like this Extraction Specialist anymore. Ether Vial, Sword of Fire and Ice, Batterskull, Cauldron Complete, and you got the Lion Sash in here. That's all good. 4 Conundrum. Is there any synergy here? Draw a card. When a land enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, if that player had another land enter the battlefield under their control this turn, they return a land they control to its owner's hand. Yeah, Extraction Specialist just doesn't have the targets. Or it's just very poor. It's just it's that the Stoneforge Mystic is the best target, but that's it. Thalia is a very weak target, and Meddling Mage is a terrible target. People have played Confounding Conundrum in the main deck, but I don't. This is modern. Like, what is it good against right now? Amulet? Like, I don't know what this is good against right now. I don't think it has a home at the moment. I don't even think it's good. I don't even think it's good as a sideboard card at the moment. Yeah, we could have Lavinia in this deck. I have nothing against, like, a Blue-Eyed Death and Taxes deck. Fetch lands. Yeah, but they can just delay the fetch until, like, your turn. It's not that big of a deal. Can you play around it if you have fetch lands? Yeah, you can. Absolutely. You can also play around it if you just have basic lands. Each opponent can cast non-creature spells with convert mana cost greater than the number of lands that player controls. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast to counter that spell. I like this card a lot because this is very good versus the Cascade decks. Very, very good versus the Cascade decks. And they're more positioned to beat enchantments and artifacts than they are creatures. So, well, I'm sorry, only for the Living End decks. The Crashing Footfall deck will have a lot of answers to this. But I like this card. I like this card. I think you should have 4 of those instead of, say, 4 Confounding Conundrum in the main deck. Is he playing 4 Ghost and 4 Field of Ruin? Oh yeah, there is Ghost Quarter and Field of Ruin. That's interesting. So this is like a Leonin Arbiter. You know what? Keep it. Keep the damn thing. I'll take out Meddling Mage and play the Lavinia instead. Or actually, maybe take out Extraction Specialist and play Lavinia instead. Maybe this works. Maybe this works out. The Confounding Conundrum plus Ghost Quarter, Field of Ruin package. Maybe that'll do something. It seems awkward, though. Like, really awkward. Because you would have it on the battlefield, right? You just have it on the battlefield. Confounding Conundrum, Field of Ruin, and your opponent sees it coming. So they may not, they can play around it by just not doing anything. They just pass the turn. If they really need the lands, then they'll play the lands. So they play a land, you destroy it, a land comes into play, and then they have to return that land to their hand, right? Is that how it is? So like nothing happens. It's just that instead of destroying the land, you set them back by putting it back into your hand. If that player had another land enter the battlefield under their control this turn, they return a land they control to his owner's hand. This is not that big of a deal. So like you play a land, let's say you play your 3rd land for the turn. You then Ghost Quarter them. They have to find a 3rd land on the battlefield, but then they put it back in their hand. But they had 2 lands in play anyway. So there was they didn't lose that much. Cat Jesus is a better combo with Field or Ghost, but that's just not good in Modern anymore. I agree. I don't think this is that. You know what, like rereading it, I still don't like it. You draw a card though, that's good. Can you blink it? We don't have any Flicker Wisp. I guess Flicker Wisp sucks in a world with fire and stuff, right? Right? Am I right? Now it makes me wonder how many things are vulnerable to Fire and Ice. Thalia. That's it. Just Thalia. Okay, that's good. I think that's good. Okay, try this out. I don't think it's gonna really do what you want it to do. Maybe it'll tempo them out, maybe. And if it doesn't, remove it for something else. Burnished Fortune Center, Path to Exile. Oh, you got the Lavinia on the sideboard. I wouldn't mind having it in the main deck. It's still a beater. I think it's more powerful than Meddling Mage overall. I think. Sanctifier on Vec is a great card. Also worthy of being in the main deck, sort of. I think we're in a world where like you can turn like some deck like this and just have a bunch of actual hate cards in the main deck. And 3 Mystical Dispute. Change the name to Blink and Taxes. I'd remove Conundrum and replace it with 2 Cat Jesus. Confounding Conundrum will trigger multiple times? What do you mean? Oh, you mean like, oh, okay, so if we build up a board of Ghost Quarters and Field of Ruins, the moment they play a land, we just rattle them all off at the same time and bounce everything to their hand? That might work. You know what? Yeah, I would have to see that in action. Or you can even force them to do it. You Field of Ruin, they put a land, they replace it with a land, and then you Ghost Quarter them, and then now all of a sudden they have to bounce a land to them. And the Conundrum stack. Okay. Cool. Okay, maybe there's potential. Try it out. See if we can make Confounding Conundrum a real thing. Vegan Economist, you're next on Decklist Review. Fishy Blue Moon. I like the sound of that. We got 2 Dockhand, 4 Tide Shaper, 4 Lord of Atlantis, 4 Master of the Pearl Trident, 4 Silvergill. Only 3 Sphaloon. Alright. 4 Expressive Iteration, 4 Counterspell, 1 Archmage's Charm, 4 Ether Vial, but then you've got 4 Spring Season, 4 Blood Moon in the sideboard. 8 Islands, 1 Misty Rainforest, 4 Scalding Tarn, 2 Spire Bluff Canal, and 3 Steam Vents. You're really low on lands, but I guess you try to make up for it with Expressive Iteration. Expressive Iteration is not the greatest card in Merfolk. But I'm just going to have to trust that it's worth playtesting. 3 Chalice of the Void, 3 Relics, 3 Dismember, 3 Force of Negation, 3 Subtlety. I'm surprised you don't have Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt doesn't kill everything, but Lightning Bolt is a pretty versatile card for Merfolk. Because there are a lot of times that your opponent's just at like a few life left, and you just want to smoke them. And you have the option to do that in a red deck. I can't help but feel that you should have one more land in here. 18 is just like so low. It's so low. Like 19 at least. Like 19, with 19 lands, I can assume with good frequency that you're going to have, you'd be able to play a 2-drop on turn 2. Swap 1 Dockhand for a Sphaloon. May not be that necessary. You know, I love Sphaloon. I think it's the best creature in the deck, but it can be clunky. Because in a format with a lot of removal, you're very often just playing a Sphaloon as a 3-4 creature. I don't even like running Sphaloon out anymore on turn 3. I'll just play all my other creatures first, and one of two things are going to happen. Either the creatures are going to stick, and my Sphaloon will be indestructible, or they use all the removal on my crappier creatures, and then they don't have removals for Sphaloon. Because if I just run out a naked Sphaloon, it just dies, and it's pretty pointless. Let's get rid of that charm for a land. I agree. Let's get rid of the charm for a land. I think that's it. It's not really. It's not that big. Not a huge, crazy change. Yeah, you don't need mountains in this deck. It's too bad there isn't a way to get rid of the... You know what might be better than Dockhand? Maybe Benthic Biomancer. Like, I don't... but you want more of the mana control stuff. Turn 1 Dockhand, turn 2 tap your land, turn 3 Blood Moon. Not bad. Maybe we should have more Dockhands. Maybe we should have more Dockhands. Just for this type of deck. That's interesting. It's getting the things... I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking. Otawara? We'll just get Blood Moon. Hold on, how many red sources do we have? 1, 5, 6, 7, 10? We actually don't have that many red sources. I guess we don't have that many red sources. We actually should be up on red sources. So I would add a few more Misty Rainforest, take out a few islands. We don't even have enough red sources to play Express. I don't think we have enough red sources to play Expressive Iteration on turn 3. I think 10 sources is what you need by turn 4. So by turn 3, you need to have less. Sorry, you're going to need to have more for sure. So maybe around 12 or 13. I don't remember what the right number is. How do you play Dockhand? I have no idea why the tap ability is relevant. It's like a Rishadan Port. So you like go turn 1 Dockhand, turn 2 tap this creature, tap a mana, tap their land, slow them down. Hopefully they didn't play anything. And then boom, Blood Moon, turn 3. I'd play Fire and Ice in this deck. That's actually not a bad idea either. Maybe that could be a good replacement for Expressive Iteration where you're just cantripping anyway. But you know what's neat about Expressive Iteration? You can dig for Blood Moon with this card. It helps you dig for these cards. That's why I would play test this for sure. Counterspell may or may not be necessary. Yeah, but anyway, we'll remove an Archmage's Charm, put another land in this deck, probably another fetch land, probably remove an island for another fetch lands, have enough red sources. Remove 1 or 2 Blood Moon and add 1 or 2 Magus of the Moon with Aether Vial or against Boseiju, but Magus of the Moon dies. Maybe we can have 1 Magus of the Moon in here, or in the sideboard, but Magus of the Moon dies to removal. As stupid as that sounds. Not in love with the pathways. It's good in a Blood Moon deck that you have a lot of fetch lands because you need to dig for your basic islands when you know the Blood Moon is coming. You know the Blood Moon is coming. Because otherwise you will have way too much red mana in a deck that depends on a lot of blue mana. Expressive Iteration is the best card in Modern. It's a good card. I don't know if I agree with that comment though. Magus dies to removal, but it's good either way, together with Blood Moon. The only thing I like about Magus of the Moon in this deck is that you can vial it in play, but that's about it. Other than that, I'm not thrilled with Magus. I'd be more thrilled with regular Blood Moon. It's probably worth being in the sideboard, though. But whatevers. Is Dismember the best removal spell from the board? Well, that's the thing. It could be Lightning Bolt. It could be Lightning Bolt. But Dismember does kill way more things than Lightning Bolt does. Is this deck named Bloodfolk? Bloodfolk. I called it Moonfolk a long time ago. And a lot of people thought, hey, this is not Moonfolk. This is Merfolk with Blood Moon. Some people call it Bloodfolk. Bloodfolk, Merfolk Moon, whatever. A lot of names. Remove the Dockhand, 1 Charm, 1 Blood Moon, add 4 Fire and Ice. It's possible. It's possible. Mermoon! I like one. That was cute. You know, another option, also remove the counter spells for Fire and Ice. Like the counter spells may not be so necessary when we're probably going to be tapping out pretty often on turn 2 for Spreading Seas and Tide Shaper. So I don't know if counter spell is like even that reasonable. It could be more of a sideboard card. All right. Oh, you know what also could be better in the main deck? Subtlety, because you might want to negate things. Like, you probably want to interact with your opponent at instant speed while you're tapping out, playing Tide Shaper and Spreading Seas. Like, that's how I'd want to use my counterspells. I might swap. You could swap counterspell for Force and Negation here. That might be good. Anyway, how many red sources do we have? No, we're very far from Fury mode. Hey, you got 4 deck list reviews. You happy? You happy, deck list review people? We made up for lost time. So thank you very much for joining me today. We do this Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. I got a P.O. box. Send me stuff. I'm going to go see my P.O. box today. I'm going to take a nice walk to my P.O. box. And your stuff better be there. Support the channel using the join button. Thank you very much all for the super chats. Amazing super chats today. Lets me know you appreciate the morning shows. We got to keep doing this every single morning. How long have we been doing this for? We're coming up to... Has it been 2? No, I started in 2020. So yeah, it's been over 2 years. I gotta find out where the anniversary date is for this thing. And thanks for everyone for becoming a member. And if you want to become a member, I have a link in the description below that you can click on to become a member of the coffee crew. So as usual, keep brewing up those coffees and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves. Thank you very much for being here today, and I'll see you at the